and welcome to Nanta TV. I still remain your host, Adediran Moses. Today we'll be having Nanta Talks. It's a section under the Nanta TV show. We'll be going to the Lagos zonal meeting and we'll get to talk to a couple of agencies, know their challenges and their concerns. Probably we'll even get to talk to the VP of the Lagos zone, and even, who knows, we might get to talk to the president. So keep it locked on this channel. See you in a bit. Okay, good day and welcome back to Nanta TV. I still remain your host, Adediran Moses. Like I promised you, we will be talking to you from the Lagos zone meeting today. And I have with me a member of the Nanta Association. Please, will you introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Yenimba Samuel of Iba Travels and Tours, Lagos.
Okay, I'm pleased to meet you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir, how long have you been coming to Nanta Lagos zonal meeting?
Before now, I've never been a member of Nanta, but recently my company decided to be taking in the monthly meeting, and we've been attending ever since we joined. That is January this year, so we've been attending ever since the beginning of this year.
Okay, well, okay, we just have one question for you. Based on your attendance to the meeting, would you say the meeting has been of positive impact to your organization so far?
Yes, I'm going to say that because I'm going to look at Nanta in three perspectives. Nanta of yesterday, Nanta of today, and Nanta we aspire to have in the future. Before now, Nanta has been like just a normal organization. A normal organization which members don't see reason why they joined it, and that is why many travel agents are reluctant in joining Nanta today. But to be sincere with you, with the new school, I think they are doing a very wonderful job. Based on what we've been seeing on the internet and on the social media platform, I think the Nanta of today are not just a Dr. Nanta escorts, because they've been taking, there are a lot of initiatives in place which we believe is going to help the organization, because before now, people don't even know what Nanta is, but now I think Nanta is taking its rightful place in the industry, and that is what will take me to the next aspect, which is the Nanta of the future. We want Nanta, we will commend their effort, but we want Nanta to be an organization that will be able to stand and fight for every member of this organization. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Alright, viewers, welcome back. I'm honored to interview another member of the association. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Nanta Moses. I am a travel consultant with RHM Travels.
Okay. Yeah, please, how long have you been attending the Nanta Lagos zone meeting?
Good morning, Actually, I started attending effectively since January.
Okay, we want to know what influenced your decision to attend the Nanta meeting, and why did you decide to come to the Nanta?
Actually, it is strategic for me as a travel consultant to attend meetings like this, which is a networking platform for other travel consultants, where we get to share ideas on the problems people are observing in the industry, and on the likely ideal situation to tackle some problems.
Okay, so you said something about the problems you collectively have. So would you say the meeting has been of advantage to your business so far?
Yes, it has, because Nanta really has been an intermediary between us and the government parastatals that govern the operations of the aviation industry.
Okay, wow, you had it all from me. You are very good. It was nice interviewing you.
Thank you for having me.
Please have a nice meeting. Welcome back, viewers. I have the honor of interviewing another member of the association. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Alagi Joseph from Travels and Tours Limited.
Okay. You're very welcome, sir. Please, sir, how long have you been attending the Lagos zonal meeting?
I think this is my 4th meeting.
14 meeting. Okay, you're very welcome, sir. Okay, based on your interaction in the meeting, would you say the meeting has been of any positive impact to your business so far?
A lot of impacts, because I'm new in the agency. I was a stockbroker for almost 10 years, and I later converted to a change member. Then since we had that problem from January, we now switched our business back to traveling meetings. And you see, we started just this year, February this year. So from the time I started attending meetings, I've been having access to information which I wouldn't have gotten in my office. I interact with members, I know what is happening with even what we have on WhatsApp now. I don't need to ask anybody. As members are interacting, we get most of the answers I have asked people. So things like once we do Nanta, like I came here today, yesterday I was at Amadeus for a training. There are other 3 members I brought along which are not even members of Nanta. I was able to convince them that this is now what Nanta is all about, and they came with me here right now. So that is it.
That is very good. That is very good. We appreciate members like you who also introduce members to the association. So it's been very nice talking to you, sir.
I really appreciate it.
That they have found themselves. So it's a bit of a challenge, and sometimes it takes a lot to get used to a particular position. As business owners and staff, we should please do our best, be loyal, and do the best that we can do at all times in where we execute our services. To our customers, like Dion, my humble secretary, always say, customer service is the best, and people will patronize us because of the kind of service that we give to them, even though someone else is offering them something higher or less than what we are offering them. But because of relationship and the kind of service that we give, they will always come back to us. You are not only just representing yourself, you are representing the association. Because when something goes wrong, what they say is a travel agent down the road. They don't actually say this person and that person. So you are representing all of us in the way we conduct ourselves and our businesses. Please, I would like to also encourage us that in these times that we're in, we should also try to add a bit of value to our business. We've always been a travel agent, ticketing, that's what most of us, that's what we do. But in these times, I think we should try and add a bit of other things that our licenses allows us to do, like cargo, like tourism, like car hire, hotel bookings, all of those things our licenses allows us to do it. And we should look into that side of our business as well. So at least we're generating income from every angle that we're able to. So at least we're not just stuck on ticketing and then we're worried when Arik is off the GDS or United have left the country. And that becomes our legging because that's the only thing that we do. But if we have other stream of businesses that we do as well, we can always leverage on that one while we wait on the other one. It's just to encourage us to please look deeper and try to find a good thing in this chaotic situation as it looks. But the cloud is getting clearer, that I can assure you. Thank you very much, and I wish that you have a lovely meeting today. We have a presentation from Amadeus, as it is on the meeting. They have a product they want to come and share with us that will improve our business. And then we have another presentation from Nanta. They are the Nigerian Institute of Hospitality and Tourism. They're coming in to tell us about the products that they have and the trainings that they have in store for us to improve our business as well. And then we will deliberate as a house on the things of industries, updates that we have. The president of our station is here. He has a lot of feedbacks for us on the various meetings that he has been in the last 1 month. And of course, every questions that we have or every worries that we have, he will do his best to answer those questions. Not taking too much of your time, we'll go to the next agenda, which is the number 3 agenda, is reading and adoption of the minutes of the last meeting. Dayo, please can you read the meeting?
Thank you. The minutes of the zonal meeting held on the 25th of August 2016. The meeting started at 10:30 a.m. The opening prayer was made by Mrs. Christy Bora of Eden Travels. The Vice President, Mrs. Lola Dewale, gave the opening address and stated things have improved in the last month and we must be hopeful that the remaining months of the year will get better. She apologized the President was out of town at the moment. She mentioned South African Airways was around to give a presentation and the APJC chairman is also around to address the House on what to expect in the course of this regime. The minutes. The minutes of the last meeting was read by my humble self, the secretary to the zone. The VP, Ms. Adewale, gave the minutes, asked for the minutes to be amended or adopted. Mr. Dayadiola, Touchdown Travels, corrected that our revenue as agents in Nigeria is over 400 billion and not 4 billion as written in the last minute. He also mentioned the chairman of APJC is Mr. Michael Otsuku and not Otsuku. There were so many corrections and spellings in the minutes and all these were amended accordingly. Mrs. Victoria Ifidi, Newcastle Travels, moved to adopt the minute and Aderemi Abubi and Tamex Travels seconded it. Matters arising. There were no matters arising. However, the VP reminded the House investigations on the 900 million default was still ongoing. She encouraged members to engage the social media platform as Mr. Isaac Iwafemi would throw more light on it. The President walked into the meeting at 10:55 a.m. Airlines, dollar payments and online fares. Mrs. Victoria Fini, Newcastle Travels, mentioned Emirates is requesting new audited accounts as she would like to know why this is different from what was submitted to IATA. She was also of the opinion the no-show policy on Virgin is too strict. She also mentioned there was an issue on Turkish airline ticket that could be voided within 2 hours after it was issued. Mrs. Adewale said she's rather shocked the ticket issued within 2 hours couldn't be voided and that the head office will look into it. Mrs. Adewale responded that if the trading limit on Emirates exceeded, they demand extra security from the agent and this is peculiar to Emirates. She said Virgin Atlantic has to address the no-show policy as Nanta will seek redress because we must understand our market is peculiar. Mr. Ayinigba Samuel, Ibash Travels, mentioned there's a new airline that flies every Tuesday to Milan called Meridian Airlines. He also complained about rock bottom deals online and also advertised by some agencies. Mrs. Adewale said Nanta is not aware of this airline and any new airline that comes into the market and doesn't see the need to engage Nanta will not be able to seek the help of Nanta when they run into any issue that may arise. She confirmed the issue with Travel Icon and how they advertised ridiculously low fares on Virgin Atlantic. She said the issue was taken up with the airline and they weren't aware of such fares. They will, however, conduct a proper investigation to ensure the playing ground is fair for all. Mrs. Ayomba, the Angelo Travels, addressed the issue with sourcing dollars to issue Delta. Mrs. Ngozi Kokas said they had a meeting with Delta the previous week and they are switching agents back on BSP gradually. Mr. Lotu of these travels also complained about the huge disparity in fares on GDS and online with Ethiopian Airlines. He said Addis Ababa Lagos is approximately 400,000 on the GDS, whereas it's approximately 177,000 on their website. Mrs. Adewale confirmed the disparity in fares and also expressed her displeasure on how an agent lost a group booking after she had been paid because the online fare was ridiculously cheaper than the group fare she was given by Ethiopian Airlines. She said this is extremely unfair to an agent from an airline we are representing. Mrs. Adewale further said we must take stringent measures to address all these malpractices from the airlines. She addressed the issue raised by members that banks now sell tickets. However, the banks do not sell tickets, but some of our members sell those tickets through the banks. Ms. Adewale, however, stressed the need for agents to change their orientation and engage customers the service way. We were all used to commissions years back, and that is why it looks we cannot survive today. If the only way we retained customers in the past was with giving discounts, we must change our strategy now to service. ESCO and members. Mr. Shedwa Dewale, Aeroland Travels, complained about the attitude of the National ESCO in addressing issues. He mentioned he had sent several emails from February 2016 and the issues raised in those emails are yet to be addressed. The President reiterated the focus of Nanta is to serve the interest of all members. However, if it looks as if ESCO is slow, it's because we're in a peculiar year which Nigeria has never experienced before. He reminded the House the airlines lost several millions of dollars due to devaluation and we must be patient for things to return to normalcy. Mr. Chudi Travel Solutions was of the opinion ESCO was too quick to defend the airlines as if aviation is the only industry affected by devaluation. He re-emphasized every industry in Nigeria is affected, and since all airlines have benefited from Nigeria in the past, they should weather the storm. He said if they choose to stay and continue to do business here, they cannot resort to measures that will put agents out of business, as the reason we still have agents in Nigeria is because the older generations still buy from us. However, the younger generations are more technologically savvy and keep getting lower fares online. The president addressed the issue raised from Mr. Chich and also told the House how ESCO queried the dollar payments received by Delta, only to realize they had approval from NCA to enable them to repatriate their funds. He further mentioned how several flights get cancelled without any compensation to passengers, and NCA is aware. He said with NCA not putting the right policy in place, the airlines will keep getting away with a lot of malpractice. Leadway. Fumi Dicta Travels mentioned her agency was yet to receive payment from their Leadway premiums as promised. The VP responded Leadway had not paid any agent, and she needs to correct the erroneous impression that Nanta was paid the money. The president, Mr. Bankole Bernard, said he made several calls to Leadway, but realized Leadway is reluctant to pay the money as there has been many defaults. However, the payment is for 2012 to 2014, and since the default is in 2016, it has no relevance to the previous years, and the legal counsel has been engaged to address this issue. Presentations. Mrs. Kerry Bantefa of South African Airways gave their presentation at 11:45 a.m. Stella Agedo asked agents to see SA as a network carrier to other destinations like Bert, Brazil, etc., and not only to Johannesburg or Cape Town. She emphasized Soto tickets had been withdrawn, except payment is made in their office in dollars. SA has introduced a new class code with the NUC at $2,000 and a YUP for economy but fly on business. They also have a step-up upgrade for those who have purchased economy and can upgrade with a minimal fee at the airport to business class. They indicated special agency fares to Johannesburg for $140 and $330 to Mauritius. Transit visa is no longer required to fly SA to any destination. They also insist for unabridged birth certificate and a consent letter from the other spouse when only one parent is traveling with a child. They stress the need for names to be booked correctly, as it disrupts the new software they use at airport check-in. APJC. Mr. Mike Otsubu came on board at 12:05 p.m. to address the House as the new APJC chairman. He said APJC is set up primarily to protect the airline's interest. However, they have managed to change the policy to address the issues with travel agents. He stressed that the default in 2016 is grave and it is higher than defaults in previous years. With concerted efforts from Nanta, default must be reduced to the barest minimum going forward. Any other business? Mrs. Ngozi Ngoka had an emergency call and was unable to give her presentation on education and training. The president talked about NITOP and that they will be at the next meeting in September. He also encouraged members to log into One Lagos to see what it's all about and how we can tap into the opportunities therein to generate more revenue. The lady asked how we can sell tickets onwards to the states like Minneapolis, etc. in the US. Mrs. Adewale said we must devise a way to sell. She advised we book passengers to popular states like New York, DC or Boston and have them purchase their onwards locally or go by trains. Mrs. Fadike Babalala, Time Point Travels, emphasized the need for unity and trust in the association and that laudable achievements made by Nanta should be placed on the website or social media platforms so members can be in the know. Mr. Isaac Iwafemi encouraged members to direct all the questions or queries to the Nanta WhatsApp platform. The number is 0809-817-7222. He also asked members to conduct themselves in a professional manner and avoid rude languages or comments on the platform. Closing. Mrs. Catherine Kota Travels moved to close the meeting, and Mrs. Carol Okoro Marital Travels seconded. Mrs. Ayomba Angelo Travels gave the closing prayers. The meeting ended at 12:40 p.m.
On the issue of the leadway, leadway have started paying members their premium. Some members have gotten theirs, some they have not. And they've asked some members to kindly resend their bank details just to reconfirm that the details are correct, because they've had a few issues with some return checks. So they're asking for some members to please resend their bank details. So if you haven't gotten your premium back, you can kindly contact Leadway to find out why yours is delayed. You need to send your bank details again. But I can assure you that they are already sending premiums to members. On the issue of Virgin Atlantic, the no-show policy, we're still in touch with them to see the way forward on how to get that sorted. It is a policy that has come from the head office, so it's not only affecting our own market, it's a general policy, but we can only plead with them just to let them know the peculiarity of our market, and then we try to see whether there's anything they can do to change that policy. But it's hard, but we have to let our customers know. As we're issuing them their tickets, we have to let them know Virgin Atlantic's new policy: no show, you lose the ticket. You can't pay anything, the ticket is lost, completely lost. I'm sure you can do a refund and get your unused taxes back, but the NUC, which is the major value on that ticket, will be lost if there's a no-show. Then there's no, they're not lenient on it at all. It's a harsh decision, but for now, we please respect that until we're able to get something else out of them for now. Now, the 2 hours rules on Turkish Airlines as well is still on for now, until we're able to convince them and let them know the peculiarity of our market again and see whether there's anything they can do about it. We'll please ask that we stay with those rules for now until something else changes or there's any other information that are given to us. In the last few days, KLM Air France sent another email emphasizing on SOTO and SOTI. Please, for now, you don't issue SOTO tickets on KLM. A member was given an ADM for such, and we didn't get the information on time. I didn't get the email before now, I only got it a few days ago myself. But for now, please, KLM, not SOTO or SOTI tickets can be issued on KLM Air France, please. Is any other matters arising on this minutes? Okay. The absence of that, move quickly into industry updates before we have our presentation. The industry updates allow the President to give his feedback to the House on various meetings and issues that he's been able to attend to over the last 1 month. Then we can take questions and any other matters arising in the industry with that. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. It's been a trying time for all of us. Since the beginning of this year, our business has not been the same. And we'll only be lying to ourselves if we say that we're not feeling the agony. The government talks about recession. I think we are feeling it more than any other industry, and that is why we have focused so much on advocacy so that the government can look into our industry, because our industry is actually very critical and very vital to the growth of this economy. And that is why Nanta has been making a lot of efforts going for several meetings, creating an impression that we're relevant in the scope of things. I'm sure that you all have gotten a report of our activities in the last few months, which was sent to all members. I don't know if we got it. We've received it. Okay, I'm just going to mention some of the few things that we have done. We realize that it's equally a tough time for the airlines. Not that we're soliciting for them. And because we know that they're going through a tough time, we have to engage them on a constant basis so that they don't take it out on us. Everybody is agitated and upset. So we are always at the receiving end since we are the downstream sector of the aviation industry, so they pass the buck to us most of the time. So that has made Nanta to engage the government, the airlines, all the stakeholders in the industry. And the last meeting which we had was with the Minister of Aviation and State Aviation and Minister for State Aviation. And when we met with him, we made him understand why he needs to work closely with Nanta and the relevant role Nanta play in this industry. At first he was agitated, he wasn't interested because he considered Nanta as just as one of the unions around and few of what relevance. But after meeting with us, he had a paradigm shift because he realized that we have more to offer, because we had to make it clear to him. We are not a union, but a pressure group. So which means that we have different functions to that of a union. We're a pressure group that will continue to agitate for the best practice in our industry. So it makes some commitments to us, and one of the most important one that that got me excited is the fact that one, he promised to work with Nanta, and two, he said he's going to assist us in pushing for our Nanta Act, which was very, very important to us. So we've kept the relationship alive, and we'll continue to push through it so that we can get the Nanta Act onto a bill in the House. So that will help us achieve a whole lot of things. Because the truth is that the Nanta Act actually hinders us from achieving a whole lot. All we work with now is just our constitution. For instance, Nanta cannot take the decision to lock up any of his members because there's no law that could make us do that. We have equally worked so hard to turn Nanta to an information center. So I will beg of you, if you do not key into the different information disseminating system that we have provided, I will advise you to do so as quick as possible. Every day there's something about Nanta on Facebook. Every day people are talking on the WhatsApp. On the website there's information for you so that you are not left out. Yesterday we were still with Arik talking to them about, we all just couldn't issue on the GDSs. They went off, and on getting there we found out that the story was a little bit different from what we were getting from the airline, even though everything boils down to the fact that Arik was owing the GDSs, but it frustrated business for us, and we made our stand known that we don't want such to happen again. That if there's any information that is going to affect us in any way or that is relevant for the industry, they should send it to Nanta. That we have a better platform, we will disseminate it to our members. And they gave us their commitment. Initially, we had visited them and we made mention of this. But just like any other airline, they didn't take us serious. So when they saw the impact of what we have done in the last few months, they realized that they have to talk to us. So I mean, I'm glad they are back on the GDS. All the GDSs now. I'm sure we can, except travel port. Okay, but they are back on Amadeus and Sabre. Well, at least we have two that we can still work with, pending when they resolve that of travel port. Yes, one of our visits that we made to the immigration service, we were given the Immigration Act, and I just thought about it this morning that it's good for us to know some of these things because it will help us in our business. So what we're going to do is that we're going to upload it and send it to our members so that they have the opportunity to read through it. If we decide to make photocopy of it, we might just dump it somewhere. But if we upload it and keep it where in a reference library where you could have access to it somewhere on our website, I'm sure that will be helpful to all our members. So the Immigration Act, we have it, we will put it there. There's actually a document as well that we got from FIRS, you know, so that our members are aware of certain things that they need to defend themselves when some of the FIRS personnel visits our offices. So that will equally be uploaded. Based on the advocacy we have been doing as well, ASKY, which we all are aware, is a regional airline based in Togo, formed by Ethiopian Airline. They've seen what Nanta stands for, and they know that with Nanta they could go places. So they decided to partner with us. And the first thing is that they've shown interest to come for our meetings on a regular basis. So they come to Lagos and to Abuja since they fly out from those two places. So they've decided that they're going to give us a token and let them have the opportunity to talk to our members. That's ASKY. ASKY is whatever. Well, I'm sure we all understand the airline that we're talking about. And equally, to show more commitment to Nanta, they are the first airline of its kind that will say that, okay, you know what, if we can drive our sales through your members, we will give Nanta to an incentive. And I think they deserve a round of applause. I mean, in the last 10 years, I've never seen any airline with this kind of offer to Nanta. I haven't. And for them to take the lead, it means that they appreciate what Nanta stands for now. And based on this, we can use this to negotiate with other airlines that, look, an airline has done this for us, I'm sure you can do a lot better. So these are the things that Nanta has been up to, that we've been doing, and I believe that maybe when we ask questions, a lot will come up. Today we have in our midst from Nanta. I think I saw their representative, Mrs. Blessing. If you are in our midst, could you stand up for recognition? Mrs. Nanta. Are you? You're welcome. But we can give her a round of applause. Because she flew all the way from Abuja to be with us, and she's going to be sharing certain things with us. Remember that we said that we're working towards getting our members to be professionals. You can have your seat, ma'am. Thank you. That we're working towards making sure that our members are as professional as possible. And she's going to be taking us on or giving us information on necessary things that we need to do. This will help us get into the scheme of things as quick as possible. It will change the way we do our business, and honestly, I feel that we ourselves, we have actually allowed customers to undermine our values. And I will put it this way. A friend of mine called me this morning and said to me that he was being asked to pay additional money even though he bought a business class ticket. I said, really? That why? In the first place, you didn't buy the ticket from me, so I mean, I'm like, okay, you didn't buy the ticket from me, now you want free service. That's free service. So I made him to understand that you didn't buy this ticket from me, but you know what to. He said, hey, you are my friend. I said, but in business, there's nothing like friends. You should pay for the. He said, well, let's leave that one aside because I bought the ticket so that we can move forward. I said, okay, let me hear you. He said he bought a business class ticket, and he was being asked to come and pay additional money because he needs to do a day change. I said, yes, no. I said, yes, you have to. And I said, I'm sure that you paid them in full. He said, yes, no. I said, okay, now you've paid them in full. They've told you to come and pay additional. Nobody's explaining anything to you. They've just given you information that you should come and pay. So whether you like it or not, you do not have a choice. Now you remember that you have a friend and you are coming to me. I said, going forward, I will charge for things like this because it's free consultancy. And that's what we give. So if we all start to do it, you realize that people won't take us for granted anymore. They will pay for the service because we are actually knowledgeable people. A doctor cannot do our work. That's the truth. So he's enlightened, he's a banker, he's a big shot in the bank, and he's asking me that question. He could have called the airline and asked them. But what I did was I made him to send me the ticket. So he sent me the ticket because I need to nab the airline. The airline is Air France, sitting in the office in Port Harcourt, the Access Bank office in Port Harcourt. So he purchased the ticket from Access Bank, from Air France office inside Access Bank, so because it was very convenient, and that was why he did that. And it is against the rule and what we've been fighting for. So it's an opportunity for me to get back to SCAA and say to them that in as much as we've been saying these airlines cannot sell tickets from other locations, this is an evidence of what has happened, and I'm sure they will take it up with Air France. And I can say to you that part of the reason these people will continue to misbehave or do.
Okay, welcome back to Nanta TV, and I have the honor of interviewing the Financial Secretary of the Lagos Zone here. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Please, will you introduce yourself, sir?
I am Vinod Purani, the Managing Director of Nanta Travel and Financial Secretary in Nanta, Lagos.
It's an honor to have you here, sir. Okay, sir, considering your post as the Financial Secretary of the Lagos Zone, would you say the members of the Lagos Zone have been really paying off as at when you, sir?
That's a $1 million question. Basically, eventually, I think there's a lot of members have to put in more effort and be more vigilant in paying up without being reminded. And I think that's what's going to help the association. That's one of the responsibilities members have to take upon themselves. And as far as the association is concerned, I think members of the association, or rather the ESCO, are doing their job in trying to drive and push. But members have to still put in a lot more effort, and we still have challenges getting full payment. I think as of today, if we look at our total membership volume and the total amount paid, I don't think we have received more than 50% of membership fees, which is not very healthy.
Yes. That's actually it's a very big task.
Yes.
And, okay, sir, so how would you rate the present committee as a member? Would you say the committee is performing optimally, or will you think that there's still a lot that has to be done as regards the executive committee?
Leaving myself out of the committee,
Yes, sir.
and being, yes, the committee, the ESCO on the national level and the zone both are putting in a lot of effort. And I think they're driving it based with the leadership of the President. I think they're driving it in a much better, more progressive way. So not that the past has not done anything, but we have a more progressive approach. And regarding myself, I don't want to say whether I'm doing well or not, because I don't know. Let others take the judgment.
So it won't be like you're blowing your own horn. Okay. Then, sir, would you, Nanta as a whole, I want you to talk as a member now, not as a member of the committee. Now, there's this idea that everybody wants the association. There's an idea of an association you would want. So would you say Nanta is fulfilling your goals as a member in the association?
Yes, I would say so.
In your business?
They are playing a role, they are being more visible. So being part of it makes you more proud in a way that yes, you are a member of the association. Whether they have done enough, I think no, I can't say they've done enough, because there's still a lot of job on everybody's hands to achieve. And yet they're working hard to do it. So there's still a lot more to do. It's not we haven't achieved what we set out to do yet. There's still a lot.
Okay, yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
Alright, welcome back. I still remain your host, Adidro Moses. And I have the honor of interviewing Mr. Ekechi Oko, a veteran in the industry. You are very welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, you're welcome to Lagos Zone meeting. And I just want to know your impression of the current Nanta. What, because we know you're a veteran in the industry and you've seen Nanta before. I want to know the Nanta compared to the present Nanta. What would you say about the present Nanta, sir?
Okay, my first Nanta AGM, I was a small young man, and I attended the AGM in 1992. And since then, I have been attending almost most of the AGM. And first, I'm being interviewed on Nanta Tv. That's something else. So I think Nanta has improved and is operating at a very current level.
Wow, that's very nice. Sir, okay, based on your relationship with the president, would you say is taking steps, is taking progressive steps to put Nanta where Nanta is supposed to be in the Nigerian economy right now?
First, I'm not a member of Nanta, so I can't speak on behalf of the membership. But for what I have seen now, The most important thing is that we're in the age of ICT, and everybody needs to be able to upgrade whatever they're doing to current standards. So seeing Nanta playing at that level is something I find very commendable, and whoever is behind that needs to be commended. Time was, sometime in the past, everything from ticketing was manual, but I can see that Nanta has moved on to the modern level, and knowing that Nigerians are the highest number of people on the mobile platform in the world, so Nanta coming on to that level of technology is something I need to comment on.
Okay. Sorry. Lastly, I would like to know what are your suggestions for Nanta as an association? What are your suggestions? What are the things you think Nanta can do to make them better?
Do I have an opinion on that? Maybe not, but I think for every organization there has to be a lot of dynamism. Then you have to respond to the needs of the society, not just the association. Is Nanta responding appropriately to the needs of the Nigerian society? Yes, they are beginning to stand up to the plate. And I think Nanta should make a lot more effort to bridge the gap between tourism, aviation, government, culture. Nigeria is a place where tourism business is divided among 7 ministries. So having a strong player trying to get all of that together is something that will be welcomed by the industry. And as at now, Nigeria is at the stage where we are like Lilliputs amidst giants in the business of travel and tourism. So Nanta, and I think they're already on that part. They are raising the profile of the association.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, sir.